Hello, I am Colonel Doug Smith, U.S. Army retired, and I am honored to speak to you on this solemn day as we pause to remember a point in history 19 years ago that forever changed our lives and the way we live today. I will never forget. I was at the corner of Cumberland Road and Bland, heading to the post office, when I heard of the first plane hitting the World Trade Center. Where were you? For those who did not live through it, there is no way to truly describe the instant horror and confusion of those first moments and the hours that followed. Anyone who knows me will tell you, I am not a great writer nor a great orator. However, what I can do is fully express my sadness bordering on anger at what we see happening in our great country today. It has been almost 20 years since terrorists flew planes into buildings, attacking our homeland on a scale not seen since the attack on Pearl Harbor, our homeland. The first few years after the attacks, I saw a unity in this country I personally had never witnessed. There was support for the troops, first responders, and yes, even the police. What have we seen in the past 20 years? What changed? Division on a scale that I have never seen, and I am quite sure has not been prevalent since the Civil War. Why? The answer to that question is simple. We have forgotten. A terrible day usually does not start out as a terrible day. The morning of September 11, 2001 was just one more normal day. It was a clear and sunny late summer day until it wasn't. At 8:46 a.m., American Flight 11 crashed into the North Tower of the World Trade Center. As we look at America today, COVID-19, riots, demonstrations, the removal of history, it seems that we have broken our promise to God, our country, the survivors, or ourselves. We have forgotten everything we learned after that day. We have forgotten our dependency on one another despite our differences. We have forgotten that any life in danger is a life that deserves our attention, a life we are compelled with saving. We have forgotten how priceless life is and how wasted it is to spend even 1 second of it with disrespect for strangers. This is why I'm sad and angered, because of all the forgetting we have done. In the immediate aftermath of 9/11, we saw ourselves clearly. We saw through all the barriers of our intrinsic divisions, race, religion, color, gender, and recognized our oneness. For a moment, we embraced what America can be when it finds unity and diversity. This is what I wish we could have never forgotten on that tragic day. We learned to value life. We learned to see the best in others. We learned to care for one another as our own. May we not need another horrible day to remember this again. Why am I reminding you of this? We, as West Virginians, have the ability, no, the obligation to show the country how to heal the rift that is tearing us apart. As I close, please take a moment to remember those West Virginians whose lives were lost that day. Chris Gray, Paul Ambrose, James Samuel, Shelley Marshall, and Mary Lou Haig. Thank you, and may you have a safe and blessed day. Now, firefighter Robert Jones will read the fireman's prayer.
Men and women of today's fire service are confronted with more dangerous work environment than ever before. We are forced to continually change our strategies, tactics to accomplish our tasks. Our methods may change, but our goal remains the same as they were in the past, to save lives and to protect property, sometimes at a terrible cost. This is what we do. This is our chosen profession. This is a tradition of the firefighter. The fire service of today is ever-changing, but is steeped in tradition 200 years old. One such tradition is the sound of the bell. In the past, as a firefighter begins their tour of duty, it was the bell that signaled the beginning of the day shift. Throughout the day and night, each alarm was sounded by the bell, which summoned these brave souls to firefight and to place their lives in jeopardy for the good of their fellow citizens. And when the fire was out and the alarm had come to an end, it was the bell that signaled to all the completion of the call. When a firefighter had died in the line of duty, paying the supreme sacrifice, it was the mournful toll of the bell that solemnly announced a comrade's passing. We utilize these traditions as symbols which reflect honor and respect on those who have given as much and who have served as so well. To symbolize the devotion that these brave souls had for their duty, a special signal of 3 rings, 3 times each, represents the end of their comrades' duties and that they will be returning to their quarters. And so, to those who have selflessly given their lives for the good of their fellow man, their task completed, their duties well done, to our comrades, their last alarm, they're going home. Fireman's Prayer. When I am called to duty, God, wherever flames may rage, give me strength to save a life, whoever or whatever be its age. Let me embrace a little child before it's too late, or save an older person from an horror of their fate. Enable me to be alert and hear the weakest shout, and quickly, efficiently to put the fire out. I want to feel my calling to give the best in me, to guard my friends and neighbors and protect their property. And if, according to your will, while on duty, I must answer death's call, bless with your protecting hands my family and one and all. Lord Bell. That concludes the fireman's prayer.
Thank you for joining us today. This concludes our 9/11 tribute.